All right, hello everybody. This is Dr. Manning, and I want to welcome you to Online Personal Finance for the fall 2019 semester. So what you're looking at right now is the syllabus for the course. You can find this syllabus on Canvas, and if you are watching this video, I am going to assume that you have already logged into Canvas. We are going to go through this very quickly. I want to talk a little bit about kind of how the course is set up and some expectations. And then I also want to show you a couple of quick little tips on how to navigate Canvas so that it is easy for you to find the different activities for the class. Okay. So right up here at the top of the syllabus, you will see that there are actually 3 different ways that you can contact me. Email is definitely the best option because you can send me an email anytime and I will try to respond fairly quickly. You can also send me a message through Canvas. However, I have found that I don't tend to respond to these quite as quickly because Canvas doesn't send me any kind of notification. Therefore, if you do send one, I might not respond right away. And then, of course, face-to-face is always good if you are at school and you have a quick question. Just come by my classroom. It's room 65 in the back hallway. So stop by before or after school or whenever you have an opportunity, and we will, I'll be able to answer your questions. Okay, so description of the course. Basically what you need to know is that this class is set up very similarly to the face-to-face class, except for that this is the online version. So it's paced a little bit differently, but a lot of the activities are the same. Scrolling down a little bit further, you can see that there are actually like 5 different standards that we're going to go through this semester. On August 19th, when the class begins, we will begin with the career preparation standard. So we'll talk a little bit about like careers, resumes, interviewing, that kind of stuff. So that's where we will begin. And then there are 4 more standards that we will cover throughout the entire semester. All right, assessments and reassessments. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about this further down here. But what you mostly need to know is that at the end of every standard or unit, there will be a summative test, and the summative test will be open for a total of 72 hours. It's actually a little bit more than that. I think it's like 76 or something like that, but it's open for 3 days, okay? And whenever it opens up on Canvas, you can take it at any time, all right? After the 3-day period, the summative will close. Now, this doesn't mean that you've missed your opportunity and you're going to automatically get a 0 on the test. But what it does mean is that after that, you're going to have to contact me personally with one of the methods that I discussed up here to set up a time to try to retake the summative, because at that point, it is now a reassessment because the original window for the summative is closed. All right. Speaking of reassessments, if you take a summative and you don't do very well on it or you're not pleased with your grade, you can reassess. Same procedure. You need to contact me and set up a time to do that. Okay? All right. I'm going to skip down a little bit because I have some dates here for you on the summatives. So I have already pre-planned the course, and the summatives are going to open on these dates. When they open, they'll be open for 3 days. And you'll be able to see that on Canvas. So I usually open them pretty early in the morning, like around 8 o'clock. And then 3 days later, I close them in the afternoons, usually around 3 or 4 o'clock. Okay. Let's talk about these modules. Okay, so a module is how the course is organized. And to show you what I'm talking about, I am going to flip over to Canvas. All right, so this is Canvas. When you log into Canvas, you should see something similar to this, except that you will probably only see Personal Finance Fall 2019, unless if you have taken another Canvas course at some point in your lifetime. But most likely, this is the only one you see. So you're going to click on it. And then you're going to see a screen that's similar to this. It might not look exactly like this. This is the teacher version. You're going to see the student version, but it's going to be close. I want to point out something that's really important. Over here on the left, there is a link that says modules, okay? This is the place that you should go right away. A module is how the course is set up. So there are going to be a total of 8 modules throughout the entire semester, and you can see that there are a total of 5 tests. Okay, you're not going to be able to see all of these yet because I only release them to you as you need them. So they will become available to you as the semester progresses. Okay. Module 1, Careers and Resumes, that's the one that we're going to be starting on August 19th. If you click this little button, you can see all of the activities that are within that module. This module only has 5 activities, so it's not a very big module. The very first activity is to watch this video. So if you're watching this video right now, you maybe have already found the modules. The second activity is going to be to respond to a discussion question. I try to have a discussion question for every single module. It's going to be kind of like a quick little question that gets you thinking about the material and that your classmates are going to be able to respond to, and then I usually try to respond as well. There's going to be a couple of videos with this module. The first one's about careers, the second one's about resumes, and I do provide notes for those videos. The notes are not required. I am not going to collect them or give you points for those. However, they will be incredibly useful on the test. So I've had many students in the past tell me that the notes are like a lifesaver for the test because whenever they're taking the test, they can use those notes. So you might as well have them available to you when you take the test. So I would encourage you to, as you're watching these videos, to take notes. And then finally, there is going to be one assignment for Module 1. And that is going to be to create a resume. All right. You can see that this assignment is going to be due on August 27th, so you have a little over a week to do it, and it's going to be worth 20 points. If we click on this assignment, it should show us a few more details about it. All right, so you're going to be able to see like the directions, how to submit it, all sorts of stuff. So here we go. So here are the directions. There are some helpful links for you. And then it also talks about how to submit it. There's actually 2 options on how to submit it. Okay, so that's a module. Let's go back over to the syllabus. Activities, we talked about that. An activity is anything that I would like for you to do in the modules. And then the summative tests, we've discussed that as well, how they're open for 72 hours and that these are the dates that they're going to open. All right, a few last things here. Technology needed. You need access to a Gmail account, because all of the activities use Google Docs or Google Sheets. So if you have a school account, you have access to this, and I bet you have used it many, many, many times, so this shouldn't be an issue. I would encourage that you do all of these activities on a computer, desktop, laptop, it doesn't matter. It seems like it works the best. However, I have had students that have done things on the iPads, which is fine, and I've even had a few students do it on cell phones. The ones that do it on cell phones usually tell me that it's not very easy because the videos don't fully show or the activities are tough to do. But if that is your only option, then you can use a cell phone. You can also come into my classroom, room 65, and use the computers there. Okay. How to be successful. So I've actually taught this online class for a few years now, and these are the things that I think are useful for you to be successful in this class. Okay, so the first one should be a no-brainer. It's like any class that you take. Do the activities. Okay, so the activities that are in the modules, do them. You know, respond to the discussion questions, watch the videos, take notes, and do the assignments. All right, if you do those things, you're going to be very well prepared for the test, and it should be like no problem at all. Okay, if you have any problems as you're progressing through the class, ask questions. So send me an email or come by room 65 or post a message on Canvas. I will respond to those. All right. I have had a couple students in the past that were sort of like a little afraid to ask a question, and they got really far behind because they didn't know how to do something, and then they never asked for help. This is an online class. I am guessing that none of you have done this before. So in an online class, I have absolutely no idea if you're struggling or not until you ask a question. So please do that, okay? And then be disciplined. So you should be disciplined in all of your classes, but an online class takes kind of a little bit of a different type of discipline. it is really easy to forget about an online class because you're not going to it every day like you are your other classes. Also, since you and I will only see each other digitally, I won't be there to remind you to do things or to prompt you to turn something in. It's going to be up to you. So I would really encourage you to set up some sort of schedule. Maybe you do online personal finance on certain days or at certain times during the day. Maybe you devote like an hour each evening or something like that to do the personal finance class. If you are not disciplined at the beginning, the class will snowball on you and it'll be really overwhelming. So please don't let that happen to you. Okay? All right, I think this is going to be a great class. I'm really excited to have you all this semester. Please contact me if you need help. Otherwise, go ahead and jump in and start doing the activities, and I will see you all later. Thanks.